Alright, well, hello there, people. I'm back again with another one of these speed paint videos, which is coming out hopefully a lot sooner than the previous one. Today, I'm just gonna keep it simple and short. Today, I am drawing myself and my girlfriend as Pokemon trainers, because I thought it would be fun for me to talk about myself and Hazel for a little bit, especially for you new people who have no idea who we are. So consider this your introduction, like a little meet and greet, but in the form of a speed paint. First up, we have myself, of course. I have been a Pokemon fan for pretty much as long as I can remember. I was born in the year 2000, so I was pretty much born right into Pokemon hype. And while I was a baby, my mom was channel surfing and looking for something to watch with me and my father, and she happened to come across one of the anime episodes of Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff was really charming and cute, so she put on the show. And that was the beginning of a lifelong obsession with these games and these characters. So I just think that's pretty neat how that all came together. It's literally because of Jigglypuff. I just think that's pretty funny. So yeah, I've been a Pokemon fan pretty much since infancy, as far as I'm concerned. I love these games. I love the series. I mostly grew up watching the anime, not playing the games quite as much until I was like preteen, really. So I know a lot of Pokemon world building stuff and not quite as much as the game mechanics. Like, some people are really into the game mechanics. They know like everything. I am not one of those people, but I probably do know more than the average person. I've actually been drawing myself and Hazel, who you'll see later, as Pokemon trainers from pretty much since we met. Hazel and I actually met when we were in 5th grade, so we were only 10 years old, and the way we met was pretty interesting. I'll get into it with Hazel's recording, but we bonded a lot over the hype season of Pokemon Black and White, which was due to come out that spring. So we had a lot of fun talking about rumors and like trying to figure out who Keldeo was, because that was like something that got leaked online, I guess. Trying to suss out what was going on based on the Japanese news about it. It was really quite a lot of fun. We really bonded a lot, so it's no surprise that I really drew us a lot as Pokemon trainers back in the day. I don't have any old ones to show you at this moment, but maybe in a future video I'll go over some of my old sketchbooks, some of my old concepts. I'll probably have to go back and censor some things since Hazel's dead name is in there, and I don't want to, put that on blast for everyone to see. But I think it'd be fun to show you guys some of those old drawings one day. I really tried to make this have a fun, bright color palette. I also like doing things in like two-tone, half-tone. You can see even my hair is kind of like that, and that is the way I have my hair in real life for the most part. Obviously, I've cartoonified it here, but I do have half of my hair approximately is colored right now. It is pink. It's actually pretty faded, so it's more like a peachy sort of color right now. I'm hoping to re-dye it for the summer, so we shall see. And then the other half I leave natural brown, and the left side of my head has a side shave, which is currently kind of long, but usually I get that buzzed, and I just think it's a fun little look. It makes it look very asymmetrical, and I think it's a great way for me to look like a gay person in public. Just so others know who I am. With my outfit design, I like to do this thing with a lot of character designs where the sleeves are a different color from the outfit, really trying to put like this raglan shirt vibe on everything. I love doing that. I think it always looks so good, so I try to do that with this outfit. I tried to base the sneakers actually on sneakers I actually own. I have these very hyper-colored sneakers. They're predominantly teal and pink, which is why it's the colors I use there. But they have a ton of other color stripes and markings on them that are just really fun, obnoxious, and colorful. Totally fun to put under a UV light for sure. So I just think that's a lot of fun. I tried to make a simplified version of that for this outfit. Oh, and as you can see, I'm holding a moon ball. That is the Pokeball I have here. And that's because I would say the moon ball is probably my favorite type of Pokeball, at least in the games. If you were to ask me across the entire franchise, I think my favorite would actually be the crystal ball that's featured in the third movie, which is not real. It's just like an illusion created by the unknown. But goddamn, that crystal Pokeball looks really cool, and I wish they were more of a thing. They're really neat. Terrestrialization is just not enough. I want that thing in the game so bad, even though I know it'll never happen. A thing I like to do a lot with my Pokemon trainer outfit designs is to put like a little Pokeball logo on it. It's a puzzle, right? It's a puzzle to figure out where that design's gonna go on an outfit, where it feels believable. And it's kind of fun to turn like a casual outfit into something that's semi-athletic, because a lot of Pokemon trainers do have to, you know, run around outside and move around a lot. So it's fun to try to create an outfit that is both fun to look at, but also would probably be easy to move around in. So I had a lot of fun with this. I had some fun putting some of my favorite colors together in here. I just have a lot of fun drawing myself. I also always draw myself with this like Animal Crossing, as I call it, nose. So it's a great way for me to kind of cartoonify myself in a way that's different from pretty much every other character I draw, which I think is a lot of fun to do. I also, if you've been wondering, if I were in the Pokemon world, I would mostly be probably traveling. I think I'd probably be doing little odd jobs or side quest type things for various people, just like little favors. Always kind of moving around so I don't have a lot of ghost types and psychic types on my team. Those are usually my favorites. I like a lot of Pokemon. There actually aren't really any I dislike, really. So I would have a good variety on my team. I had a lot of fun doing this design, so I hope you guys enjoy watching me draw it and looking at it. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. Alright, and next up we have my wonderful girlfriend, Hazel. Hazel is my girlfriend. We have been dating for about 10.5 years now. Oh my god, it's a bit of a long story. Like I said, with my portion of the speed paint, Hazel and I met when we were in 5th grade. And the first conversation we had was actually about the Mothman. And by conversation, I mean, it was more like I walked up to her, asked her if she was okay with me sitting by her, and then proceeded to regurgitate all this Mothman information I had learned while watching like a 2-hour documentary the weekend before. And that was the first day of school, and we've never looked back from then. That was honestly quite a hoot. Obviously, the Mothman is still a very important part of my identity and my branding. Obviously, you know, that's my little channel mascot that I use. You can see it in my logo on everything. Yeah, the Mothman is just a crucial part of everyday life. Every significant part of my life, the Mothman is there. And it was what brought me to Hazel, which I'm pretty grateful for. Hazel is a lot like me, but also pretty different. She is a lot more shy, I guess, than I am. Years ago, I would have said she was more introverted, but we actually recently discovered that she's very extroverted. She just has a lot of anxiety, so she doesn't go out a lot, but that's where she gets her energy from, apparently, is from other people, which I think is pretty funny, because I wouldn't have guessed that back when we were kids. When we were kids, we did a lot of fun speculation about Pokemon Black and White. We talked about it a lot when the game came out, so we bonded a lot over Pokemon. And our first Pokemon games were actually the same game. Of course, we didn't know each other when we were in kindergarten, but we both started around age 5 on Pokemon Emerald, and we both started with Trico. So I just think that's pretty neat. I think like in some way we were always doing something together even before we met. Yeah, we've been dating a long time. I guess I should probably talk about that a little bit. The long and short of it is that I have only ever had one crush, and it was on Hazel. And when some of my old middle school friends found out, they decided to tell everybody, and apparently also Hazel had a crush on me. And yeah, some social awkwardness later, we actually got together, and now we have been together ever since. So we've literally been dating since we were 13 years old, which is really funny. But also, it's a little embarrassing, but like, not really. I'm not embarrassed by it. I just think it's a funny thing to talk about to people. Like, how many people can still say they're dating their middle school girlfriend and it's like going good? Like, I think there's like very few other people who can say something like that. So I just think that's fun. Hazel is pretty cool. Right now, she's working an office job. She's an accountant where she works, so she does a lot of working from home, but she also sometimes goes into the office. In her words, she's very much a homebody. And she likes to hang out at home. She likes to play video games. She's like your classic sort of like hold together girl boss nerd, which is quite lovely. She is also quite a bit taller than I am. I am only 5 feet tall. Hazel is 5'9", so she's a whole 9 inches taller than me. She's almost a foot. So we look pretty silly standing next to each other. I look pretty small. Hazel's like an average height. I'm just really tiny. And I just think it's fun. Her color palette for this art is a lot different from mine. I use a lot of like bright hyper colors, but I tried to keep Hazel's color palette very warm and almost autumnal. Hazel is an October baby, so I guess that makes sense. She wears a lot of warm colors, usually like mustard yellow, red, orange, black is usually also in there. So she kind of has that autumnal vibe all year round. She very commonly wears like these little yellow sweaters, which look very cozy and cute. So that's kind of what I did with her character design here. I tried to sort of emulate an outfit Hazel would actually wear in real life in this design, rather than designing one whole cloth. In my design, I kind of went full fantasy with it. Like, I would wear something like that in real life if I didn't have so many sensory issues. But Hazel doesn't seem to have problems like this. She just wears what she wants to wear, and it's fine. So I tried to capture her fashion sense in this Pokemon character design. She doesn't actually wear skirts very often. I think she just doesn't have a lot that she feels like wearing. Usually she wears some kind of like jeans, but I thought giving her a skirt in this design would help differentiate her from my design a little bit, especially in the silhouette, just a little bit, give it something different. Hazel's favorite Pokemon are usually grass types. She's a fan of those classic girl bossy type, grass type Pokemon. Her favorite of those is probably Lilligant, but her favorite Pokemon is probably Tropius. She's also a big fan of Wiglet. Hazel really likes animals, character designs, Pokemon that are, as she describes it, long. So Wiglet, Mustelids, pretty much anything that is long, that is how you get into Hazel's heart, which I think is pretty fun. So yeah, here's Hazel's character design. She's not quite as outdoorsy looking as my design. I don't think in the Pokemon setting she would be going out on adventures as much as I probably would be. She'd probably be more of a homebody. Honestly, she might just be doing the same thing she does in the real world, but she'd probably have some kind of Pokemon with her sometimes, which I think is kind of fun. I think she would also be pretty competitive at battling. Hazel is actually deceptively competitive. She may seem very quiet and polite when you meet her the first time, but if you get her playing a game, she is actually pretty good. She has an incredible game sense and pretty much wins almost every game that me and my friend group have ever played. She's like famously good at Mario Party, which, I mean, it's really hard to be good at Mario Party, but Hazel's just a minigame ace and very, very lucky. So she usually does pretty well in those games. But yeah, pretty much any game Hazel is very good at and can be pretty competitive. So I think in the Pokemon setting, while she wouldn't be going out on adventures as much as I would be, I think she would probably be a great battler. And she probably wouldn't have to do it very often because I think she might get too worked up if she did it too much. But I think she would have a lot of fun with it. I think it would be really cool. I imagine her Tropius would be a big part of her team, and people would be like, a Tropius? That's not like a very powerful Pokemon, but then it would kick their butts and, you know, I think she would be really smug about it. I think it would be really funny. So yeah, there's my Pokemon trainer design for Hazel, some like, I guess, headcanons about it. And I hope you enjoy it. I think this outfit came out pretty cute, and I hope you enjoy this semi-introduction to my girlfriend Hazel. And with that, that is all I have for you guys today. It's just 2 drawings. I don't know how long those are gonna be. It's not terribly long process for these. Next time I'm hoping to do maybe some full illustrations with like shading and backgrounds and stuff. I haven't decided what I'm gonna draw yet. Probably Pokemon, or maybe some D&D characters or something like that. I guess we'll have to see. We will see where my whims take me. That's just how ADHD is sometimes. If you would like to support me, I have a bunch of links in the description. I won't ramble too long, but I'll have my socials linked. You can support me on Ko-fi, which is maybe the best way to go about supporting me. Right now, it's still June of 2024, which means I still have my Pride Mothman Kickstarter running. At the time of recording, we're working on making our way to our first stretch goal, so I would really like to hit at least one of the stretch goals, if not all of them. So if you'd like to help out, go get yourself some cute little gay moths. Go get them. I have those linked in the description as well. And with that, I believe that is everything I have for you guys today. If you have any suggestions or ideas for future videos, comment, let me know. I'll see what I can come up with. And I shall see you guys on the next one. So go out there and do some art.